Thank you, Roger. Those words are too kind. I appreciate that introduction more than you know. Westmont College baseball team, first I want to say congratulations. What an accomplishment. NIAI champions last year. Wow. Honored to be here. Love this school, Westmont College. My son went to a couple of basketball camps here in the summer, stayed in the dorms, had a great time. I used to coach basketball 8 seasons, football 1 season. Again, thank you for having me. So imagine this. You're in your dorm room. You're about to go to bed. You're closing your eyes. And somehow, I don't know how, maybe a combination of virtual reality and artificial intelligence, this image appears right in front of you, right at the foot of your bed. This image is you and staring right at you. And the image asks you 3 important questions. Who are you? Who do you want to become? And how do you want to be remembered? These are really important questions. Now, you might be a little startled if this does happen. And my tip would be don't answer that out loud, maybe under your breath, because your roommate might think you're a little crazy. So as I said, these questions are important. These are questions I ask myself all the time. Hopefully you'll ask yourself these 3 questions. Who am I? Who do I want to become? How do I want to be remembered? Frequently, all the time, the rest of your life. Today, we're going to spend some time looking at the answer to that. Now, I do a lot of talks on leadership, as I said, a ton down at San Diego State and some other schools and some other small groups. But I often get asked, Mike, what's the best definition for a great leader? And I like to answer that question by describing, in my words, what a great leader looks like. And it starts from the bottom up, like many great things. At the bottom, the building blocks, the foundation, almost like a pyramid, is character traits. Character traits can also be thought of as your personal attributes, your individual qualities. Character traits at the bottom, the foundation to becoming a great person, great teammate, great leader. A layer above that is values. And we hear this word values all the time. She's got great values. His values, not so sure. Values this, values that. So a couple years ago, I rolled up my sleeves and I said, I want to have a great, simple, clear definition of the word values. Kind of joking last night, I was talking to my wife. I said, if I ever got a tattoo, I think I'd get it right on my arm. So here's the 14-word definition, what I think the best definition for values. It's a person's standard of behavior, a person's judgment as to what's important in life. Pretty simple, huh? Clear. A person's standard of behavior, a person's judgment as to what's important in life. Values provide the leader, provides the individual, direction in life. So character traits on the bottom, next layer up, values, providing you direction. The next layer on top of that is what I call your leadership philosophy or your belief system. Now I have the word heart on this diagram and on your handout because I like to talk a lot and I teach and preach something called heart-led leadership. Heart-led leadership is a philosophy or belief system that I endorse big time. Heart-led leadership emphasizes authenticity, transparency, sincerity, and it epitomizes servant-based leadership. If you're a heart-led leader, you're humble, and you measure results not just on spreadsheets, but on the impact that you, as a leader, and your teams or organizations can have on others. So those are the 3 layers, and really what makes up what I think a great leader. Character traits, key on the foundation. That's what we're going to talk about mostly today, to try to make you the best teammate, the best human, the best leader. On top of character traits, values, and then overarching and at the top is your leadership philosophy or belief system. All right, so let's have some fun. You see these Jenga blocks up here. This is where we get some audience participation and reflection. I need a